Hi, I'm Cece, and today we're going to do a full body Pilates exercise. So let's get started. Let's start out on our backs in the proper Pilates alignment. I have a video that you can check out if you don't know how to get into that. Nice neutral spine, and we're going to just start out with warming up our bodies here. So let's lift the right leg to tabletop and lower it back down. Left leg to tabletop and lower it back down. Alternating legs, abs should be engaged, breathing as you go, slow controlled movement. Shouldn't be wobbling side to side in your abs. Let's do a couple more each side. This time when you lift the right leg, hold it in tabletop and slowly lift the left leg to meet it. Right leg goes down, left leg goes down. Reverse that. Left leg to tabletop, right leg to tabletop, left leg down, right leg down. Again, right, left, right, left. Just warming up our bodies, working those stabilizer muscles. This time, after you bring both legs to tabletop, hold it there, send the right leg out on a diagonal and bring it back in. Left leg out on a diagonal and bring it back in. Alternating here. Again, this is all slow and controlled. We're not using momentum. One more each side. Hold in tabletop and dip the right toe down to the ground and bring it back up. Left toe down, bring it back up. Now again, abs are engaged here and you should be in a neutral spine, which means you're not tilting your pelvis, but you're not hyperextending your back either. So if you cannot bring your toe all the way to the ground without hyperextending your back, then don't touch the ground. Just go as far as you can without losing that neutral spine. That's really important. And as you do this more and more, you will be able to work your way up to it. One more each side. Bring the right leg down and the left leg down. This time, we're going to bring the head off the ground. So engage those abs, tuck the chin, and curl up into an ab prep. And then roll back down. Again, curl up and roll back down. Give me a couple more. This time I want you to stay in that ab prep motion. Now, if you need support for your neck, it's okay. You can bring your hands behind your head, elbows wide if you need, or you can leave your hands out in front of you like this, whatever you need. But stay in this position and we're gonna lift the right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, right leg down, left leg down. So just building on to that previous movement. Now we're working both our upper and lower abdominal muscles as we do this. Couple more. Again, if at any point you feel tension in the neck, it's okay. Just place your hands back behind your head and support that neck. It's more about focusing in on the abs than having to worry about strain in your neck. Release your head down and bring the knees to your chest and roll it out for a moment. Come back down. This time we're going to put our hands behind our head, curl back up into that ab prep, lift the right leg to tabletop, left leg to tabletop, and we're going to send the right leg out and bring it back in, left leg out and bring it back in. Just a couple more of these. This time we're going to do opposite elbow to opposite knee. So as the right leg comes in, touch it with your left elbow and bring it back down. So we're crisscrossing here. And the goal is that the abs are engaged, shoulder blades are off the ground. It's a nice, slow, controlled movement. You don't want to be doing this fast. You get more work if you do it nice and slow and controlled. One more each side. Head comes down, feet come down, knees to the chest, and roll it back out. Let's bring our feet down, hip width apart. We're going to do some bridges. So let's just start by doing a pelvic tilt. So you're just curling that pelvis in, warming it up here. Couple more. This time continue to curl and lift all the way up, curling through each individual vertebrae as you lift. And then again, curl all the way back down. Let's do one more of those. Curl all the way up. Curl back down. This time when you get to the top, hold the bridge for a moment. Arms go overhead. Roll back down, leave the arms there until you get to the bottom, and then bring the arms down. Again, curl all the way up, arms go overhead, curl back down, and release the arms. This time, curl up into a bridge, and we're going to lower the hips to the ground and lift them up. Lower the hips to the ground, lift them up. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come down. You may need to walk your feet a little bit closer to your seat for this next one. We're going to bridge back up, hold that bridge, lift the right leg to tabletop, and lower it back down. Left leg to tabletop, and lower it back down. If this is too difficult for you, just continue to do the previous step that we were just doing. One more each side. Lower, lift, lower. Hold that bridge high and let's pulse it to finish the bridge. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Curl back down. Knees come to chest. Roll it out. Let's straighten the legs all the way. Arms come overhead and get ready for our roll up. Roll all the way up and roll all the way down. So inhale, exhale. Make sure you do that pelvic tilt to get you off the ground. Come to the top, inhale, and exhale on the way down. Shh. Now, if you're struggling with this, I do have a video that shows you the proper way to do a roll-up. You can check that out. We're gonna do a couple more. Last one. You can do it. And roll back down. This time we're gonna flip over onto our stomachs. Okay, so come onto your stomachs, hands stacked on top of each other, feet about hip width apart, resting your forehead on your shoulders. You're gonna lift your feet off the ground and do heel taps. Give me a few more. And release. Now we're going to lift the arms off the ground. So tuck that pelvis, make sure those abs are engaged, and lift off the ground and come back down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, come back down. Give me 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Send the arms straight out in front of you. And this time we're going to lift everything up for a hold. You've got this. Hold strong. We're working all of the muscles on the back side of our body. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. One more. Bring your arms to your side this time. We're going to lift the head off the ground, lift the arms up, and do little pulses. Pulse, pulse. Like you're tapping the ground. Your hands don't have to come all the way to the ground though. Pulse, pulse. Making sure your abs are engaged, protecting that lower back. 8 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Push back into a child's pose. Let's roll up and we're going to come on to all fours. So we're going to do a little bit of plank prep here. So let's start out by lifting the right leg, right arm. Let's start out by lifting the right arm and setting it back down. Lift the left arm and set it back down. Again, right arm, left arm. This time, lift the left leg out behind you and set it back down. It all should be nice and controlled. One more each side on the legs. Now, if you want to move on, this time we're going to lift the right arm and left leg and set it back down. Left arm and right leg, set it back down. If this is too much, just continue with the previous step. We're going to do one more each side. And then if you can, if you're ready to move on, we're going to move into a plank hold. So you can either do this on your hands or on your forearms. I'm going to do mine on my hands. Send the right leg back, left leg back, and hold. So again, you can do this down on your elbows if that's better for you. You can either just hold in this position or you can add some leg lifts if you want a little extra work here. Or you can pulse back, giving yourself a little extra work. Or just hold in place for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right leg comes down, left leg comes down. Push back into that child's pose. Let's come back onto our backs. And we're going to warm up our hamstring before we do some leg circles here. So, right leg up. Bend and straighten that knee a couple of times. Send that left leg straight out in front of you. Right leg is stretched. Arms can be out to the side or overhead. It's a little bit easier if you have them laying down. And we're going to do a circle. So this should be slow and controlled, minimal movement in your pelvis. Abs are engaged and you're just drawing a tiny little circle on the ceiling. I'm starting out going counterclockwise and then reverse it clockwise or the opposite direction of whatever you just did. So this does not need to be a big movement. Of course, if you can go bigger, just make sure you don't lose the control. If you give me one more and lower that leg back down. Let's do a couple of hamstring stretches real fast to warm the left side up. Send that right leg straight out in front of you. And we're going to repeat on this side. Now you might find that it is easier on one side or the other. Just do the circle that's appropriate for that side. The importance is that you are keeping your abs engaged and you're having as little movement as possible in the pelvic area. And let's reverse sides. One more. Knees down, and let's roll up to seated to finish. So let's start out in this position here. Hands just below the knees. Send your arms out in front of you and scoop your belly and sit back. Scoop it into a V. Now, if you need a little extra support, you can always put a ball behind you that can help you a little bit, making sure you're engaging those abdominal muscles. This time, open up to the right. Let's get some oblique work. To the left, to the right, to the left. And again, just go back as far as you can where you can maintain control. That's the importance. Let's lean back and pulse to the right. 2, 3, 4. Come center. 2, 3, 4. To the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. And center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's straighten our legs out in front of us. You can either stack your arms on top of each other, hold them out to the side, or for the most work, put the arms behind your head. It's up to you, but we're gonna do a twist. So exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come to center. Exhale, twist to the left. Inhale, come to center. Making sure you're sitting up nice and tall. Just getting a little bit of twist in our spine to finish here. Great job. I hope you enjoyed this workout today. Please like and follow for more workouts like it.